I love I love TikTok, but a minute's not long enough. But Google, I don't know. I think they keep some of the videos from being visible. And plus, I put a lot of jargon out there. I mean, junk out there that just little sound bites that I'll probably edit one day in the future when I finally figure out how to edit. Yeah. So I was listening to CGTV this morning, and they was talking to the Chinese over there. They was talking about how are we heading into the end of a industrial revolution, and it probably is the second dynasty to head to the end of the industrial revolution, like the United States did ours. Now China's doing theirs, and probably be next be India. I don't know, but we're also having what we got going on here. All right. So as they're heading and forming into what civilization looks like, almost adopting almost every aspect of Western life, you got to ask yourself, what's the difference? Well, China's residents come together as a socialist system to invest in intellectual property taxes and all that stuff and administer medical treatment like Canada to their residents. Now, if the United States residents could come together, find some kind of mechanism to bind us in a good participation system to move these intellectual technologies into the public domain that treat us for medical ailments and stuff and bring down the cost of everything medically by buying these patents up and not charging such a high ransom. And if we got rid of property tax on on person's holdings, a sales tax is good. When people got money and they're spending money, take a little money to keep the civil utilities going. But when somebody's just sitting at their house, living, farming, and just trying to be as carbon friendly as they possibly can for their posterity, they need to be able to do that. They don't need to have to maintain a vehicle to go out here every day, look for $1.60 for the government employees. I mean, you got to be kidding me at how much money I've spent just trying to make sure these property taxes are up to date. And they don't give us any commodities with those property taxes. They don't give us a medics as at the with the fire departments. So you have to pay a private company to transport you to the ER, which the county residents paid for 20 years ago. I don't remember anybody saying, oh, well, we got a return on our investment. Look at this check. No, they got bulldozed, and people drove over their community that paid for that hospital and invaded that town, and now they're going to build a bypass. They're just destroying everything that has to regard water protection. If you don't protect your water at a certain altitude, I've noticed we shouldn't live on this mountain. There should be beavers and fish on this mountain with cattle grazing on this mountain, not a little city, 2 little cities, 3 little cities, nothing but houses. Well, the houses aren't the impact like the pavement is. The pavement is the impact. A pavement going to each and everybody's house is the problem. Because first off, the people that pushed in the dirt road that built the houses, and then the neighbor pushed up a dirt road and built the houses, they wanted to be out nowhere. They didn't want, because there's 3 houses on that road, for the state to take over the maintenance. They didn't want that. That was not something that the people who built these houses wanted the state to take up their road and maintain their road. Today you can see it. They build gates. I got a sweet little driveway. I got to put a gate up to keep the state from saying, well, that looks like a damn road. We're going to take it. You built it, but we're taking it. No, I'm not. That's just not how it is. I'll plant trees right in it, so it's not a thoroughfare if that's what it is. It's a yard. It's a driveway. It's not the state. It's not my neighbors to keep up. I don't want to keep it up. I don't want to have to go out every day looking for a ransom. I don't want to have to delegate my son's education to a third party and send him out every morning. Just don't want to do it. I didn't want to do it when I was a child either. Because I tell you what, it was a lot more relaxing not having to be yelled at and get up in a cold mornings and get out the door. I was a very trying child. I recognize how I was a trying child. My child's not trying. I'm blessed. We got a great relationship. Hey, Jason! Love you. We got to set up a better way with the government system of procuring for civil securities and commodities. We got to get some commodities out of our government instead of just throwing all this money for them to go and invest here and dabble here and put these group of representatives that are wielding of all kinds of power that don't have the common sense to know what you do when you've gotten calluses or a blister. What's the difference in a callus and a blister? Well, a callus, when you peel a callus off and throw it down, it don't hurt. A blister be pretty raw unless you leave it over 24 hours. And it's pretty good. But then if it's a big old blister and you expose that skin, oh boy, and you get a bunch of dirt around the edge of the broken skin, and where you've touched something hot, and that whole piece of meat right there just burnt. You know the difference in a cut, abrasion, and cauterization? Do you know what a clogged up fuel line or the difference in a clogged up vacuum line are? Do you have any concept of what you have to do if an artery is cut? Have you ever seen a dog run over in the country? Have you ever seen a racetrack go around a house? Well, look at these paved roads all through this country. I've seen a dog get run over before. I've been in the ditch as a truck's flown by. Well, if we just hadn't been trying to reach up into them briars for them blackberries, we would have been wiped out. Have you ever felt the rain? Thank you.